Hello internet viewers, I'm Austin Interviews and welcome to my last makeup video for this year. In today's video, I'm going to be turning myself into a puzzle, but each piece is one of my past special effects looks. I am super excited for this video, so let's just get right into it. Alright, so I bet a whole bunch of you guys were expecting to have a finale crazy look, but that's exactly what I'm going to give you. Now you guys loved all the looks that I did in the past, so why not put them all together to make the final ultimate look? And the way that I configured this look is really just going to end this series on such a positive note because I get to talk about each and every single one of my looks and have fun while doing it again. Now in this video, not am I only just going to talk about each of these looks while I'm doing them, but I'm also going to talk about Halloween, October, and just overall what's going to be happening next on my YouTube channel. So if you're excited to watch this look and listen to what I have to say, keep on watching. So I had the genius idea to do this makeup look in order, meaning that I'm going to start with the first ever video I uploaded and ending off with the last video I just uploaded. So we're going to start with the Edward Scissorhands and we're going to end off with the White Walker. Does that make sense? Yeah, alright, so this video is going to be absolutely insane. So get your popcorn, get your candy, get your drink, and let's get into it.
Yeah, get into it.
Alright, so first things first, we're just going to glue down our eyebrows. Alright, so just like in the last couple of videos, I'm just going to go ahead, cover my eyebrows, and I'll be right back so that we can start this crazy look. Alright, so those are the eyebrows all glued down. I actually went to Target today to buy some things for this look, and I got a new glue stick, so these turned out really good. So now we're gonna prime. Now I know I haven't primed for like a lot of videos, but since we're gonna be doing literally a bajillion looks on my face today, let's go ahead and prime so my face doesn't literally die. Die! So I'm just gonna take my Hydra primer and just apply this all over my face because I'm gonna need it. Do not forget that neck. Alright, so first we're actually just gonna go ahead and use a little eyebrow pencil and sketch out where all the puzzle pieces are going to be. So what were you guys for Halloween? Comment down below, I'm actually very curious. I mean, like, I was like 400 billion things. I was a spider, I was a cowboy, I was a devil, I was Joker, like, I did too many things. I mean, it was all worth it because they all turned out amazing, but like, well...
No. Well...
Maybe not, but I mean, like, what were you? Did you basically just like throw on some pajama pants and put some bunny ears on and thought you were it?
The hardcore girls just wear lingerie and some form of animal ears.
Or did you actually put some effort into your costume and like do something cool? Or I mean, like, I don't know, I'm just wondering. So basically, as you can see, what I'm doing here is I'm just literally making puzzle pieces. So I'm just doing the lines with the little like connectors and yeah. So, like I said in the intro, we're actually going to be doing all these looks in order. Meaning that we are going to start with Edward Scissorhands because that was my first video. So, we're going to be doing that one right up here and let's get into it. Alright, so I actually bought these two new sponges and I actually really love them. They're like really soft. They're from e.l.f. Like, e.l.f. is the best. And I'm going to be dipping that into this Maybelline Superstay like ultra crazy pigmented full coverage foundation powder. Like, I'm going to show you how insane this is. I use this in the skeleton look. I mean, it's absurd. It's really crazy. So, taking a butt of this beauty blender, and I'm just gonna dip that into that, and basically it just makes everything under it disappear. Alright, so once you've covered up your eyebrow a little bit, you're gonna go ahead and grab a foundation. Now, you're gonna grab a very light foundation because Edward is very pale. Like, very pale. So, I went ahead and grabbed this e.l.f. Flawless Foundation, and I just put that on this palette, and then I'm gonna grab a little bit of this white LA Pro pigment mixer in, and that's just really gonna lighten the foundation. So we're gonna add a little bit of that. Alright, so once you have that, or you can just use a really, really light foundation, but this is easier for me.
Child. Anyway, so.
Alright, so now you're going to grab a little concealer brush, and I just mix these two together, and apply some of that on there. And now, you're gonna wanna place that basically everywhere around the little, and just wanna fill in that puzzle piece.
Piece number 2000. Took a long time, many hours, but thank you, thank you.
Alright, so I actually picked Edward Scissorhands as my first ever look to do, just because that was the look that I did last year for Halloween, so I really wanted to bring that back just because I did get a lot of requests on getting a tutorial for it. So I definitely started with that one, but nobody actually knew that I filmed that video 3 times because I wanted it to be absolutely perfect. And I think it turned out absolutely amazing. So if you want to go watch that video, make sure to go watch it. Alright, so I put the foundation on. Now I'm going to grab a little bit of this very light concealer. This is the e.l.f. Camo Concealer 16 Hour Wear. I also just got a brand new one today, so this is going to be very nice to apply. And I'm just going to place that right around the borders, just for a little bit of highlight. And then I'm going to use that concealer brush and really just use that to blend that all in. That looks perfect. Now I'm going to go ahead and grab some of my Laura Mercier powder. This is my favorite powder ever. And I'm gonna grab this beauty blender and I'm just gonna set all those cream products. So if you haven't seen my Edward video, which you definitely should go check that out, Edward Scissorhands is a character that Johnny Depp played.
A mega pint.
He is absolutely amazing. I mean, honestly, I just love the storyline. So basically, there's a guy and he has scissor hands. His hands are literally scissors. And in the movie, he's like cutting bushes, cutting hair, but it's just a great movie overall. So if you haven't seen it, make sure to go watch it. All right, so Edward actually has tons of scars on his face. So since we don't have that much room, we're actually just gonna do one right across it. And to do that, I'm gonna grab a little bit of this scar wax and some of this liquid latex and let's put a scar on there. So I just took some of that scar wax and rolled it out into a little worm. Now, we've made lots of scar wax worms on our channel, but this one's very tiny, just so that it can fit perfectly within that puzzle piece. So I'm gonna take a little bit of liquid latex and on a brush that I do not care about because this brush is going to be ruined. And I'm just gonna apply that right where I want that scar. And this is just gonna be the adhesive. Now I'm just gonna take my two little fingers and I'm just going to blend out the edges so it looks very smooth with the skin. And do not get this in your hair just like I did. That's gonna hurt so bad to take out. Alright, so be very careful and do this, but I'm just gonna take a little tweezer and I'm just gonna press that right into the scar wax to really make that gash within the scar. Alright, so now I'm just gonna take my Jack and Hill palette and I'm gonna dip into this black shade and mix that in with a little bit of red. Now I'm just gonna place that right inside of the gash to really add some depth. Alright, now I'm taking a little fluffy brush and I'm gonna dip into this warm red shade. Well, I guess all reds are warm. And I'm just gonna really stipple that all around that scar to make it look like the skin's very irritated. Alright, so now I'm gonna go with a little bit of eyeliner and I'm just gonna trace that puzzle piece. I'm just using this ultra thin NYX eyeliner pen. This is my favorite. Now you're also gonna notice as we move on, these looks are gonna get more and more intense because that was my intention for the channel, is that every video I post, the videos just get better and better and better. So as we continue, you're just gonna see that these looks get way more intense and intricate. All right, let's move on to our next look. All right, so our next look is the skeleton. Now the skeleton is one of my all-time favorites, and in fact, I actually did that for Halloween this year. I did a skeleton and I did some wings and I was a devil.
Just say, the devil made me do it.
So let's get right into it. So first things first, I'm just gonna go in with a little bit of foundation. I'm gonna take my new favorite, House Labs foundation. We actually reviewed that foundation in my Venom look and it turned out to be one of my favorites of all time. Skeleton in this box, so I'm gonna go ahead and fill that entire box in with this foundation. Now, I've been doing skeleton looks for years now. I mean, it was some of the first ever makeup looks I ever tried. I've tried tons of different styles, and this one really stuck out to me just because it's so fun.
It's
Alright, so now it's time to actually do the skeleton part. So I'm gonna go into our handy dandy little face paint palette that we've used in every single video. I mean, there's not one video where I have not used this palette. It is absolutely insane, so I'm going to put that link in the description down below. Now I'm just gonna take this thin flat top brush and I'm gonna dip into some red. Now taking that red, I'm basically gonna make a box around my eye. So I'm gonna start right here and I'm just gonna drag it straight outwards. Now I'm just gonna flick it upwards and then right from there I'm just gonna drag it straight down until you get right under the eye. Alright, now looking at it, that looks really freaking weird without actually doing the mouth part.
UGLY, you ain't got no alibi, you ugly, you ugly,
But hey, it was my second video, so can I really expect that much?
Yes.
Alright, so now I'm just gonna go with this rounded fluffy brush and I'm just gonna dip into that red shade in this palette and I'm just gonna set all these red parts. Like I said, that's that section all complete, so let's move on to the next one. Alright, so my next look is my pumpkin look. Now this look really changed my channel for the better. I mean, every look after this point really got crazy.
Go crazy! Go stupid! Ah!
So I thought it'd be really smart to do this part of my face so that I could show the mouth, and which you're gonna be seeing a lot this video. And I'm gonna dip into this orange shade. Now, I'm gonna apply that orange shade all over this area. Alright, so now I'm gonna take this fluffy brush and I'm gonna set that entire area with this orange shade in this palette. I did this pumpkin look because when you think of Halloween, the first thing that comes to mind is pumpkins and jack-o'-lanterns. So I was thinking, what a great way to tie all these looks in with Halloween than to do a pumpkin look.
Bye, pumpkin. Bye, pumpkin.
Alright, so now that that's all set, I'm gonna take this little thin brush and I'm gonna dip into some black in this palette again. And I'm just gonna carve out my mouth. Now I'm gonna fill this entire thing with black. Alright, my next look is one of my favorites, and that is Avatar. And we're gonna do that one right here, which is actually really funny, meaning that we're gonna do all of our first looks on this column. Alright, so first things first, I'm gonna grab this very small concealer brush, and I'm gonna dip that into this light blue shade that we have literally nothing left of because we've used it a billion times. And just like my pumpkin look, I'm gonna fill in that entire area. Just like that. Now I'm gonna go ahead and set that with this light blue shade. So the movie Avatar has always been one of my favorites. I mean, honestly, it's just such an amazing movie. For its time, all the cinematics and all the CGI is just honestly absolutely insane. So Avatar recently just went back into theaters, which is absolutely insane because I've never seen a movie do that before. Maybe that's a normal thing, but I just have never seen it. Where a movie that came out a while ago actually just comes right back into theaters, which I thought was absolutely insane. So I went back to watch it actually twice. They also announced that there's a new Avatar coming out, which is Avatar something water. Avatar water, aqua, into the ocean, something about that. And that I'm super excited about because that's one of my favorite movies of all time.
Nobody asked.
Alright, so once that's all set, I'm gonna go in with this dark blue shade. And I'm just going to make some lines right across this. Alright, just like that. Now I'm gonna grab this little very thin brush, and I'm gonna dip that into a little bit of white. Now we literally have no white left, so I'm gonna salvage. Now I'm gonna do tons of little dots all around here. Alright, so that is the Avatar part all done, which looks absolutely amazing. This column looks so good. So now I'm actually gonna go back in with this little pen liner and I'm just gonna line all the puzzle pieces. Alright, that is all the lining all done. Now it's time to move on to our next look. So our next look is actually Pennywise. Now this stuff is pretty basic, but just such a fun video. I mean, I edited the crap out of that video. So let's go ahead and do that right here and let's go. I'm actually gonna go ahead and use this grease paint. Now I actually just got this at Party City and normally the makeup from there is
that is disgusting.
Questionable. So, let's just go ahead and try this out. So as I apply my brush into this, it actually does look very full coverage and greasy. So I'm just gonna apply this right on there. That's actually pretty good. Alright, well, I'm just gonna go ahead and use this and I'm just gonna fill in that entire area. So I actually did Pennywise, not just because he's one of the most iconic horror film characters of all time, but because it's one of the first ever horror films I ever watched, and the first one actually was pretty freaking good. Now, it wasn't as scary as I intended it to be. I mean, anything with clowns normally is quite scary, so, I mean, I really wasn't like my pants during it, but, I mean, it was a great movie overall. Now, get it? No? Okay.
It's not funny.
Because, I mean, honestly, it's not really that scary at all. 2, on the other hand, was probably the worst horror film I've ever seen in my entire life. Like, no offense, like, to the It people, whoever ran that movie, or the actors, because the actors did a great job, but it's just, the whole movie premise and everything, it was just, do not watch it. Sorry about it. Don't. It's just really bad.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
Alright, so I know that the red line actually goes through its eye, but in order to make this look actually look really cool, I wanted to do it off to the center just so that you could really see that line. From the top of this little nodule, I don't really know, I'm just going to draw a line basically straight down and inwards. Alright, that one kind of looks stupid, but don't worry, this whole look is going to come full circle near the end. Alright, so that's the Pennywise one all complete. Now let's go ahead and move on to my next look. Alright, so my next look is the Joker. Now this is the look that really brought tons of people to my channel. A lot of people watch this video, and I'm really proud about how the look turned out. I mean, I even redid it for my school Halloween a couple days ago. And I think a big reason why that happened is because a lot of people are Joker and Harley Quinn for Halloween. I mean, it's literally the second most popular Halloween costume ever. But in the video, I actually made it look like the Joker is wearing his own face as a mask. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that too. So, right at the bottom, I'm going to draw a line and then 2 other lines going upwards. Alright, from there, I'm just gonna fill in that entire area with white. Alright, so now I'm gonna take this nose contour brush and a little bit of contour. This smells so good. And I'm just gonna dip that into here. And I'm just gonna contour around this to make it look like it's a mask. Alright, just like that. That actually looks really good. Maybe not on camera, but in person it looks great.
Okay.
Alright, now it's time for the lips. So I'm gonna take this little brush, I'm gonna dip into some of that red in our face paint palette. And I'm just gonna line our lips and fill them in. Now I'm gonna take that red, I'm just gonna drag it outward just like the Joker has that stretched out look. Alright, so now I'm gonna take some more of that red and I'm just gonna make some lines going up and down to make it look like it got smudged, but in a cool way. Now I'm taking this very thin packing brush and I'm gonna do a little bit of green. Now actually I'm gonna do this in my Joker look, but I think this is really just gonna tie that Jokerness into this face. So taking some of that green, I'm just gonna dip into this lime light green color. And I'm just gonna place that right around this border. Alright, that's the Joker look all complete. I think it turned out really cool. So let's move on to the next look. Alright, so my next look is one of my favorite looks I've ever done, and that is the dragon. This is actually the dragon from Game of Thrones and House of the Dragon, which is very popular right now due to all the new episodes from House of the Dragon, which is honestly such a great show. Alright, so now I'm gonna take this little flat concealer brush and I'm gonna dip that into some purple. And I'm just gonna fill in that entire area like normal. Alright, so now that that's all on there, I'm just gonna go ahead and set that with a little bit of purple.
Stupid bitch.
And now we're actually gonna go ahead and apply some of those horns. So I just went ahead and made some horns using some of that modeling plastic that we've used in tons of videos. I used it in the Venom look, I used it in the Dragon look. So if you guys want an in-depth tutorial on how to make it or use it, make sure to go check out those 2 videos. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and use some liquid latex and I'm gonna apply these right onto my forehead. Alright, so anyway, I just put those 3 on there and let's just pray that they stay on. So, now I'm just gonna take this very thin little brush and I'm gonna dip that into some black and I'm just gonna surround all those horns. Alright, so now you're gonna take that dark purple that you just made, or black, and just wanna surround just the base of these horns. Be very careful because you do not wanna knock them off, but this is gonna make it look like they're coming out of the socket that all dragon's horns come out of. Because all horns on dragons like come out of a little socket, so that's basically what you're drawing on there. Alright, those sockets look great. Now I'm gonna grab a little bit of white on this thin brush, and I'm just gonna press that all over my head, and that's gonna make it look like I have scales. Alright, just like that. Now I'm gonna take a little bit of yellow on this fluffy brush, and I'm just gonna very lightly press that on these horns, just so you're not knocking them over, but this is gonna give it like an aged look. Just like that. Alright, that is the dragon piece all complete. I think it turned out absolutely insane. This look is turning out amazing. So, let's just get straight to our next look. Alright, so our next look is definitely a fan favorite, and that is our Jack and Sally look. I mean, this look really just blew all my other videos before that out of the water. I mean, truly.
I'm gonna lay you down, baby. Hey, with your baby mama at the crib and blow back out.
It was such an amazing look, and I got the most comments and responses on that video saying, wow, this is amazing. I mean, that look truly set the tone for the rest of my videos on my channel. I am in love with how that look turned out, so of course, we had to put it dead center right in the middle because it honestly deserves it. So let's be honest, the makeup for that look was absolutely flawless. So let's do it all over again. Alright, so first things first, I'm gonna grab a little bit of scar wax. And you're gonna wanna take that scar wax and roll it out into 2 little worms. And with those 2 worms, you're gonna wanna place that right on the borders of your nose. So in order to do that, I'm just gonna take a little bit of liquid latex and apply it right there as an adhesive. And you're just gonna wanna place those 2 worms right on there. Like that looks absolutely crazy, but this look is crazy, so what do you expect? Right, now it's time to make this entire part of my face blue and this entire part of my face white. So first we're gonna go with the blue. Now, Sally and Jack are from The Night Before Christmas, which is one of my favorite movies of all time. I mean, it is truly such an amazing movie. Which also brings me to the question, are you guys a Halloween person or are you guys a Christmas person? Now, I know a lot of people are going to say Christmas because, I mean, Christmas rocks. But I feel like that is the two holidays that is really just at war with each other. Alright, so now I'm going to do this side, which is white, and that's Jack's side because Jack's a skeleton and he's white. So let's go ahead and fill that entire thing in. Alright, that is all set. Now it is time to do some shading. Oh, I also wanted to say, you guys should definitely go watch this Jack and Sally one, and also watch all these individual videos. I mean, they are all such great videos, and now it is your time to binge them, because I'm done posting every other day. So, you have basically a full week to binge all my videos, so go ahead and do that. I mean, before I didn't have time, because I was uploading literally every other day for the entire month of October. So, now I'm giving you guys your time. Alright, now it is time to shade. So I'm going to go in with this palette again. Also, I didn't say this is the James Charles palette. It's a great palette. And I'm going to go into this little dark blue shade. Now, I'm going to pack that right in my eyebrow ridge, which is a term that we learned in my other video, because I never know what the name of that is. It's called that eyebrow ridge. Alright, now that you have those two places highlighted, I'm actually going to go ahead and basically trace my eye bag, which I do have now because I haven't been sleeping. But I will be sleeping once this is all over, so thank God this is the final video. And I'm basically just going to trace that. Taking a very thin brush and some dark blue, I'm just going to draw an eyebrow. Now you're going to start by doing a little swoosh, and basically that's it. So I'm going to go from the top and swoosh downwards. Alright, so that's that side all complete. Now I'm going to do the little Jack side, which is just basically a black circle. So let's just go ahead and do that because that's real easy. Alright, that's the Jack side all complete. Now I'm going to go ahead and put some red right in that center. So we're actually going to put blood there later, but the reason we're not doing it now is because since we have looks after this, we don't want it to dry up in the meantime, so we're going to do that last. Alright, that is the Jack and Sally look all complete. I absolutely love it. Now let's move on to the next one. Alright, so our next look is Foxy from Five Nights at Freddy's. Now I love how that look turned out. Even though in that video there were a lot of problems going on with the hair, the ears, the everything, it turned out absolutely amazing. But in order to show my love for that look, I'm gonna place that right under my other favorite look and put that right in the center. So, like I said in the Foxy video, Five Nights at Freddy's has always been one of my favorite games of all time. I definitely had to do a look inspired by it, and why not do my favorite character, which is Foxy, as the look? So that's exactly what I did, and I absolutely love how that look turned out. So, since this is my final makeup look for this year, I wanted to ask you guys, what should I do next? Now, I know that I said in the Foxy video that I'm definitely gonna play some video games and play Five Nights at Freddy's. But what else do you guys want to see? So I'm actually very curious because at the end of the day, you guys are the ones that are watching these videos. So please, please, please comment down below what you guys want to see next. Alright, so I actually just went ahead and wiped that off because it's gonna help a lot. So first things first, I'm just gonna make the tip of my nose black. Now I actually got into Five Nights at Freddy's because all my friends and brother were playing it. I mean, like I said, I'm in love with horror films. So a horror film game, I loved it. I used to play it at every sleepover. Sometimes when I was just alone and I wanted to be spooked, I would play it. But that game, that really freaking scared me. I mean, like, that's traumatic. Alright, that is the Foxy part all complete. This look is turning out absolutely insane. Before we move on to the next look, I just want to grab a little bit of liner and I'm going to go ahead and do those puzzle pieces that I can. Alright guys, now it is time for you guys' favorite look, and that is the snake look. We're going to be placing the snake look right here so that we can do that cool eye shape. So I'm just going to go with this very thin brush and I'm going to do that nice wing liner that we did before. And now I'm filling in the rest of the lime green. Now, according to you guys, this is your favorite look. And I mean, I can see why. I mean, this look was absolutely insane. It was super detailed. It was just so, so, so cool. And the reason I did a snake look is because I wanted to include something that's not a villain, a horror film character, or just a character at all. I just wanted to include an animal of some type. And why not do one of the scariest animals of all time to other people, which is a snake. I have no fear of snakes. I actually love snakes, and I actually had a snake. If you want to see the full story time on how I had a snake, or how I got a snake, make sure to go watch my snake video. Alright, Alright, so now I'm gonna go ahead and add some scales. So I'm gonna dip into this dark green shade. And I'm basically just gonna place dots, but scales along my entire face. Alright, that is that snake look all complete. I think that one turned out absolutely insane. I'm so happy that you guys enjoyed that video so much. So after this one, make sure to go watch it if you haven't, because that one is an amazing one. Alright, let's move on to our next puzzle piece. Our next puzzle piece is Venom. Now the Venom look was so cool because I got to show you guys my skill with making prosthetics. Now I'm not saying I'm the best person in the world at making prosthetics, but I'm not that bad. So I actually kept my prosthetic from the Venom video. If you want to see how I made this, make sure to go back to my Venom video and watch how I made it, and then you can come back or just watch that video after. So before I go ahead and apply this right there, I'm actually going to make that entire area a very dark red. So when I was little, Spider-Man was my favorite movie ever. I mean, I would watch that movie 2 times a day. So what comes with Spider-Man is Venom. So Venom was my first ever favorite villain. And honestly, he's still one of my favorite villains of all time now. Then what better way to show that than to literally become him? Now you're probably wondering, Austin, why did you literally just remove the makeup that you just put on? But that is so that this could stick better to my face. So instead of using liquid latex, I'm actually gonna take a little bit of spirit gum. I also just picked this up at Party City. Party City is literally my go-to store. And I'm just going to apply that right. Ooh, this. And this you have to be very careful with because it literally came with its own remover. Like, it's that strong. And you're just gonna apply that right onto the skin where you're going to place that prosthetic. Alright, screw the spirit gum. I'm gonna use some liquid latex. I'm just gonna apply that right onto that prosthetic. And then a little bit on my face. See, nothing works as nothing works as good as liquid latex.
Period.
Alright, that is the Venom one all complete. That was really easy because I already had the prosthetic, which I made in my Venom video. Alright, now it is time to move on to our last and final puzzle piece. Let's go. Alright, so our last and final look is the White Walker. Oh, I'm gonna take this off. I'll put it back on later. Go ahead and do this White Walker look. So this is the White Walker from Game of Thrones. So if you don't know what White Walker is, make sure to go check out my White Walker video. Well, I just said the word White Walker like 9 times. But anyway, make sure to go check out my White Walker video, which is my last video. It's an amazing, such a fun video. That look turned out absolutely insane. So of course, we're gonna include it as our grand finale for this look. And that's gonna go, of course, right here, smack down in the center. Alright, let's go ahead and get into this. So to start off, I'm gonna make this entire area white. Like that. Now I'm gonna take this little brush and I'm gonna apply some of that light blue, and I'm basically just gonna sculpt out 2 eyebrow bones. So like I said when I was doing the dragon look, Game of Thrones has always been one of my favorite shows. And besides the dragon, the White Walker has been my favorite scary character. I mean, it is just so cool, and like their story arc and line is just absolutely amazing. Basically, they're like ice zombies, but you literally cannot kill them unless you have Dragonstone, which is not very easy to obtain. So I'm not gonna spoil it, but the whole battle and fight scene is absolutely insane. Alright, once you have that blue on there, I'm gonna take this very thin lining brush, and I'm gonna dip that into some black. Now I'm just gonna outline these little 2 lines, and I'll be right back. Now I'm gonna add this little forehead wrinkle, and I'm just gonna drag that out and blend it. Now I'm just gonna take a little bit of this Magic Star powder and set that entire thing. Now I'm just gonna go back and re-contour all these. Alright you guys, this is a finished puzzle makeup look inspired by all of my past special effects looks. I think this look turned out absolutely insane. If you enjoyed this smaller version of these looks, I bet you guys would enjoy the bigger version, so make sure to go check out all of my other makeup videos. I think this look turned out absolutely insane, and I love how I brought this entire series full circle. If you guys have enjoyed this series, make sure to like and subscribe and hit the post notifications button so that you guys know when I upload my next video, which will not be makeup related. Like I said in my first ever video I ever uploaded on this channel, I was doing makeup looks for just the month of October for Halloween. I mean, I put in so much effort into this series as I was posting every other day for you guys. I think all of my looks turned out absolutely amazing, and I'm in love with how all these videos turned out. And I hope you guys did too. If you guys want to see more content from me, make sure to go check out my other social media links, which are just Austin_interviews. Alright, I hope you guys enjoyed this video and this series, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye!